Before we dive in, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel for more real life stories like this. And if this story hits close to home, please share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. I spent weeks planning my birthday party. Not just any party, a night that would make her laugh, make our friends smile, and feel like a celebration of us, of the life we'd built together. I paid for it, booked the venue, ordered the food, arranged the music. I wanted it to be perfect. I never expected it to become the night that would destroy everything. It started subtly, even before the party. She'd been distracted for weeks, her phone always close, often buzzing in the middle of the night. "It's work," she'd say with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. But the way she checked messages, the way she stepped out to take calls and returned quickly, almost guilty, it made me pause. For a moment, I blamed myself. Was I imagining it? Paranoid? Too controlling? I wanted to believe that. Then came the party. I greeted our friends, made small talk, laughed at jokes, tried to ignore the pit in my stomach that had been growing all day. She arrived, looking radiant in a dress I had always loved on her, but something in her manner felt different, distant, nervous, like she was already somewhere else. And then I saw him, her boss, tall, confident, smiling in a way that made my chest tighten. She noticed him too, and for a second, her face lit up, not with the excitement of seeing a friend, but something warmer, something I had never seen before. My pulse quickened, but I told myself, relax. It's just her boss. They work together. But the moment I should have been paying attention to her smile, her laugh, her hand in mine, she slipped away. Across the room, I watched in disbelief as she ran into his arms. He pulled her close, and without a second thought, she kissed him. The room blurred. Music, laughter, the clinking of glasses, it all became background noise. I froze, my heart hammering in my chest. I wanted to shout, to run, to demand an explanation, but my voice caught in my throat. I wanted to believe it wasn't real, that I was seeing things that didn't exist. I excused myself, stepping outside into the cold night air. I could feel my hands trembling, the weight of humiliation pressing down on me. Memories of our years together, the quiet nights, the shared dreams, the promises whispered in the dark, all felt tainted now. Had any of it been real? Or had she been building this elsewhere, right under my nose? In the days that followed, suspicion gnawed at me relentlessly. I noticed every little thing. Her phone buzzing in the other room, calls she forgot to mention, texts she deleted quickly when I walked by. I started questioning myself first, my memory, my sanity, before I allowed myself to consider the unthinkable, betrayal. It wasn't until a week later, when I accidentally saw one of those deleted texts on a backup email, that the truth became undeniable. Flirty, intimate, suggestive, planning meetings that weren't just about work. The evidence was irrefutable, and each message tore a little more of my heart apart. I confronted her, finally, in the quiet of our living room. No yelling, no dramatics, just me trying to make sense of the chaos. "Why?" I asked, voice shaking. "Why him? Why like this?" She looked at me, tears glistening, and I saw something I hadn't expected. Guilt, yes, but also confusion, a kind of helplessness. I didn't mean for it to go this far," she whispered. "I don't know what happened. I didn't want to hurt you." Her words didn't make it better. They couldn't. I realized then that betrayal isn't just a single act. It's months, maybe years, of little choices that add up until you're left with a truth you can't ignore. I loved her still. Part of me always would. But love alone couldn't erase what I had seen. I needed distance, clarity, a chance to rebuild myself without the shadow of deceit hanging over every memory. I moved out a few weeks later. She tried to reach me, to explain, to apologize. I listened, sometimes with tears, sometimes in silence. I understood her guilt, her regret, even her attempts to justify herself, but it wasn't enough. Some bridges, once burned, cannot be rebuilt. Now, months later, I'm learning to breathe again. To trust myself, to trust my instincts, and to love cautiously, but fully. I think about that night sometimes, the sting of seeing her in his arms, the betrayal that cut deeper than I imagined possible. But I also think about the strength I've found in walking away, in reclaiming my dignity and my peace. I don't hate her, not entirely. I mourn the version of us that could have been. But I know now that self-respect is more powerful than any fleeting love, and that heartbreak, while devastating, can also be a teacher.